Good evening. It's still September 4th, 2024. I'm on Sunset Boulevard on the Sunset Strip in that area. I got guided through here and I drove through Beverly Hills. And I'm walking up and down the strip here, just basically rebuking and denouncing whatever spiritual wickedness is going on here. Because I know it's all over the place. I can see it. I can feel it. And so I'm like the guy for the job, and I'm just doing my dark comedy routine, that I do. If you've been following me. And I got guided to this comedy card, like, do you want to be a comic? And as I'm doing my routine, walking down Sunset, just bullying the evil nerds. I don't care who's around. I'm just telling it as it is. And I'm having a good old time. So I saw that there's a band playing here at one of these places. I was just driving down Sunset and I saw it right there and I pulled over real quick. And then I just started walking down Sunset. God guided me down Sunset. And I'm like, why do you have me here, God? And there's all these like goth girls all over the place where everybody's wearing black. And I'm just like, wow. And there's all these advertisements going on. I should show you guys, man. The billboards here, they have this new software called Black Magic. And it uses AI and all this other nonsense. And I'm just talking about how they're just rubbing it in, Oh, man. God has prepared me to deal with this kind of sickness. When I say that not a single one of you are qualified to do the job that I am qualified to do, it's because I know the sickness very well. Probably too well. I've studied this stuff in and out for over a decade. And I've gone down into the pit of hell. And I've come back out with my soul. I already know what kind of bondage some of these people are in. Yeah, I saw some TikTok billboard, and I just called for God to destroy all the social media platforms if they're going to censor me. Top songs, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh yeah, everybody gets an opportunity except for me, huh? And you guys steal my work with your AI and all this other crap. God is going to destroy every single person who's taken what is supposed to be mine and corrupted and tainted it with a bunch of deceit. Got the cars rolling through right now. Wonder how many of them are gang stalkers. I already know they're not happy that I'm here because I'm like pointing out what's really going on. And I'm moving the energy. I'm doing the energy work. When I leave this place, the vibes are going to plummet here, and there will be demonic activity. I can guarantee it. It's 10 o'clock at night. What's with all the traffic, guys? I'm parked on Sunset. Yeah, so when I speak about these things, it basically releases what's been keeping the energies bound. And I know it. It's so funny. They try to promote alchemy and they're doing all this weird... It's not funny. It's disgusting. But they do this weird... It's basically like borderline transhumanism, all this skincare crap, you know, like using needles and all these other things or whatever. And it's like they're cutting into people's skin and it's like plastic surgery and whatever. It's not plastic surgery, but it's like plastic surgery. That's what it seems like. They call it alchemy, and this isn't the first place that I've seen it. I think this one here is called like Alchemy 23 or something like that. They like their stupid numbers here too. There's a couple places I saw. I got to see a black cat in the psychic tarot reader place on the corner. They have an actual black cat. They have like these throne chairs in there and all this. I should take my camera and walk around again, but I'm not going to. I've already moved the energy here. It's just going to be weird when I leave because of what I've spoken here. It's just the beginning. I mean, like, I've already been thinking things that I haven't spoken. But once I speak certain things into existence, reality changes. And it's inevitable that those that are capable of restructuring society to suit the betterment of humans listen to me and become subordinate to me because I'm the authority on these matters. And I didn't just like assume authority. I was put into a position of authority, spiritual authority, by God. Not a single one of you sick freaks gets to take that away from me. And not a single one of you gets to decide what gets to happen as a result. You will listen to me. You will stop promoting spiritual wickedness. There's this one modern art place here that's just an abominable place, man. You look in the window, it's just some disgusting freak art crap. And it's just like, I'd expect that in Hollywood, you know? And I know there's probably other places around here too. And I'm like, what makes people think this is okay? You know, it's like, just whatever, you know? They call it freedom of expression. Excuse me. Well, I have some freedom of expression myself. I like to express that I hate these sick, evil freaks because they're spreading spiritual wickedness. Oh, excuse me. I'm trying to get my tobacco pipe stuff going on. So I've been here for like an hour or something. Maybe. Less than an hour. And I'm already like... not only am I like already sick of this place, but like... I'm kind of amazed that they have their own little world going on right here. And it's right in everybody's face. And I was thinking earlier, so the sickness, it's been basically ruled by the Supreme Court to be protected by the First Amendment. as long as it doesn't violate obscenity laws. Well, these sick freaks push it to the point of obscenity every time. They just keep trying to see how much they can get away with. I'm not wanting to be here. I was basically brought here, okay? I was called here. I was driving through and it was just like, okay, I'm here. I was at a Walmart the other day in Hollywood somewhere outside of Hollywood. And I asked one of the guys working, no, it was a Home Depot. Yeah, and I asked one of the guys working there, I go, where's the most demonic place in LA? You know? And he said, probably Hollywood Boulevard. And I'm like, Sunset. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right, man. That's like what I saw when I drove through the other day. And, yeah, I'm an energy worker. I'm a high priest. I'm an exorcist. I'm an alchemist. I'm doing the work here that needs to be done to help heal people from the sickness. This is just part of it. This is where a lot of it has been rooted due to mass media. They really don't like that I'm talking about this right now, and it's too bad. I was talking about They Live earlier and how, like, basically it's the same thing, you know, like we're dealing with reptilians and all this and that. And we're, like, basically having the same thing go on, except it's, like, not so obvious. Like, anyway, I mean, it's all coming out in the tarot readings. The tarot readers that are telling the truth are talking about it. All of this is going to come out in the tarot readings. Instead of going and doing something I wanted to do tonight, which I'm not even going to mention what it is, I got called out to do these types of things. This to me is like, yeah, this is my job. I'm on call. And I'm supposed to be doing these things because it needs to happen and I've been called to do it. I don't have any real interest in being in this area. I'd much rather be in Sedona right now. Or like Mount Shasta. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere where there's like way more spiritually minded people that aren't in so much darkness. Well, I'm here in LA. Probably where some of the like worst stuff is going on. I don't mind. I mean, it's my job. But no, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be around these people. No. Are you kidding me? It's like one of the last places on earth that I want to be. I go back to Beverly Hills, you know, go hang out with some of the hillbillies if they're still around. I don't think so. I don't think that was ever even a real thing. There's probably like one or two that live out there or something. Some blue blood hillbilly. Anyway. Oh, I'm tired of it, man. I wanted to do something else tonight. I had other things going on. And I was heading down in another direction, and God was like, get off at sunset. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, really? Like, yeah. Like, okay. And this is what I've been dealing with ever since. I don't mind, but I know what I'm dealing with too. It's powers and principalities, especially principalities. Spiritual wickedness in high places. I know what goes on in this place. I stopped by the Hustler Hollywood store. It's closed. I have no interest in it. I don't want to be within a mile or like 50, 100 miles of this place. 200,000 miles. I want to be far away from this sick, evil place. And I said, you know what? This is possibly the most evil place on the planet. Just right in front of everybody, multiple times. There's very specific reasons why I say that. In this area, there's a Hustler Hollywood in Fresno or whatever. They built one there right off the freeway, and I hated that place too. But the one here, like I said, I know the sickness very well. I hate it, God. I hate it, what they're doing to people, spreading sickness like it's normal and good. I hate it. I'm supposed to hate it. Those who don't hate it, there's something wrong with you sick, evil freaks. I suggest opening your mind to see if there's something causing you to think that this is okay. It's crazy, man. I'd go hang out with like porn stars or the strippers or like, hookers, whatever. It's like to me, they're trapped in lives of sin. They don't know how to get out. If they did, they would. Same goes for all the other people that are trapped in lifestyles of all kinds of sin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not looking at it like they're necessarily like evil people or like whatever. Some of them probably are, for sure. But it's the allure, the deceit, the emotional manipulation, and then making people dependent upon lifestyles like these to make money. It's spiritual wickedness. I know what goes on in this place. It's absolutely disgusting. God hates it. So I'm here right now and I'm speaking against all these things. I'm speaking the truth, man. And when I leave here, the energy is going to plummet in this place because I'm going to pull my energy away. And there is going to be demonic activity as a result. This is what happens in places that are basically saturated in sin when I come around and I leave. I've seen it happen multiple times in different places. Excuse me. I was saying earlier, at some point, it's like they're probably going to beg me to come back here just to try to, like, correct the problem. The problem being the promotion and proliferation of sin. As if it's normal. I can't condone it. I know what it's like being trapped in a life of sin, man. That's why I'm so serious about all this. My soul's being restored. This is the standard and the example I get to set to show that it can be done. And if you don't choose to do the right thing, it's your fault, not anybody else's. There are ways to work through these things. Powers and principalities. One of the ways that I work through these things is I speak against the wickedness. I speak against the sickness. I speak against the sin. I'm not trying to be... It's so strange how people like... It's a misconception that people who are trying to tell the truth about these things are somehow being hateful. It's not hateful. It would be hateful if I didn't say anything or didn't try to correct these things. It's like the most loving thing that I could possibly do is tell the truth to try to help people heal from the sickness. So, I mean, my job's cut out for me. You sick freaks are basically job security for me. I mean, what would I do without you sick freaks? I talk about you all the time. The ones that are haughty and like think they're better than me are probably the worst ones. And they're going to have one of the biggest falls of everybody. Especially when they end up in poverty and homelessness and everybody gets to see that they're a sick, evil freak. You know, like, I'm not looking forward to watching the aftermath of that. The reality is that I need to be heard and listened to, regardless of how anybody feels or thinks about it. God is going to make it very clear that this is the case. One of the really interesting things is God apparently wants me to reintroduce myself to Alcoholics Anonymous in the Los Angeles area. Not as an alcoholic, but as a priest. A Rastafari priest. And a shaman. I'm not really like wanting to do that, but if that's what God wants me to do, that's what I'm going to do. That's what He wants me to talk about. He revealed this to me earlier when I was at Whole Foods in Sherman Oaks. The place was all right, I guess. It was the weirdest Whole Foods I've ever been to. Yeah, so there's all these things going on. Keeping track of all this stuff that's going on is more than a full-time job. It's extremely stressful. I'm being censored, isolated, and terrorized by sick, evil freaks who don't want the world to know who I am and what I'm doing. It's too bad. They don't get to decide how all this works out. Nope. God wants me to mention also that my religious practice, my spiritual practice, and these things are of my own making. And teachings that have been given to me by God. I do not follow any other group or organization. Not a single one. I have my own thing going on, and I speak as the authority over these matters. I will be recognized as this type of leader, spiritual leader, religious leader, And there is nothing that is going to stop it. That's it for now. Thank you.